Great. Perfect. So let me see if, yes, it's already on. So hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. I hope that you can see our screen. Today we have a webinar about short-term programs in the United States. My name is Hani, and I am a student advisor at the Education USA Advising Center in the Czech Republic. And I have two special guests today with me from University of Wisconsin-Madison. And one of them is Monique, and the other one is Ola. So thank you so much for joining us today. And they're going to share their experience about short-term programs and what the University of Wisconsin-Madison offers. We, as Education USA, and Monique, you can click, thank you. We are actually a network that provides free, accurate, and comprehensive information about study opportunities in the United States. So if you are a student in the second or third year of high school in the Czech Republic, and you are thinking about applying to the United States, feel free to reach out to me because I can definitely help you with the application process. And if you are already like in the bachelor degree education and you are looking for like master's degree in the United States, I can help you with that as well. So feel free to reach out because I can help you with any university or college in the United States. And if we go further, I am located in Prague in the advising center, but there are more advising centers all around the Czech Republic, which you can definitely visit. And if you don't live in a city where the advising center is, feel free to reach out to us online and we can definitely schedule a consultation or a meeting. And there are several let's say like services that we offer. It can be a consultation, it can be a library, it is webinars and seminars such as this one. So feel free to join, feel free to follow us on our social media to learn about those opportunities. You can follow us on social media under the handle EducationUSA Czech. And also through that QR code, you can subscribe to our monthly newsletter to find out more about our activities and events. And let me pass it over to Monique and Ola, who are going to introduce you to short-term and summer programs.
Hello, everyone. My name is Monique Liu from the Summer Term Office at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. And I'm here today with my colleague, Ola Skiba, the Associate Director of Academics from the Badger Pre-College Office. Very happy to have the opportunity to talk about short-term programs and talk about how do you choose a summer program in the United States. So welcome again. And before we get started, I want to quickly kind of go through some housekeeping items. The total length of today's webinar is going to be around 30 to 45 minutes, including a 15-minute Q&A session. So throughout our webinar, if you have any questions, feel free to ask us at the end of the meeting, the webinar. And if we don't have time to address all of them, there's no problem. We will have our emails available. But also just a reminder that you have your, Hani is here. Definitely, if you have questions about, the application process or any question about the U.S. higher ed systems, definitely Education USA advisors are a good resource, a good people to go to. So we will be covering information on how to find a summer program in the United States, the benefit of attending a short-term program, and also things to consider when you're selecting a program. We will also talk a little bit of different types of summer programs for college and pre-college, high school students at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. And then at the end, Hani will also recommend some other summer programs that offered by other institutions in the United States. So you have a lot of options. Let's see. Okay. So the first thing is kind of want to give you like an overview of different types of programs. I feel, so generally speaking, when we think about age groups, there's two types of a very big generalization of there's two different programs. One is pre-college programs. So those programs are for students that are under 18. So today, what we will focus on talking about is going to be the high school programs. I think many of you are thinking that, oh, maybe I might want to consider going, pursuing a bachelor degree in the United States. Then attending these pre-college programs will kind of give you a taste of what US academic life is like. So pre-college program for students who are under 18. And then also we have other programs that are, how do I say, sometimes it's towards, they accept pre-college programs, but also they are open to college age students. For example, the English language program or ESL program, English as a second language program. You can see some institution, they do offer the intensive English program. So these type of program, they provide non-native English speaking students with instruction in grammar, reading, writing, and speaking. So, you know, as it says, like intensive. So it's really focusing on drilling your English proficiency. And then, so this is kind of a program that is really focused on improving your English. But also as a college student, or some institution may offer it for pre-college student, is credit program. So these type of program, you enroll in credit courses. So in general, these courses are designed for students who are interested in earning college credit. If you take these credits, courses, these credits stays with you. And depending on where your home institution is, if you work with your advisor, you may be able to transfer these credit back to your home institution. So that is a type of program we have, courses, a type of courses we have in the United States. And then the other type is called the non-credit program. And non-credit programs, namely doesn't carry credits. They are intended for students who want to gain a general knowledge, learning a new skill, or upgrade their existing skills or develop personal interests. So, so these type of program is just gaining general knowledge, and no credits are involved, but depending on the program, students may request a certificate of completion from the program. So just keeping in mind when you're looking at non-credit program, just ask, like, if they don't include, if the program website doesn't include information, just say, do you have, a certificate of completion that you will offer to the students once we complete this program? And I think those kind of documents are helpful as you build your resume. You may want to come to the States for, a bachelor degree, and that is something nice to add on your resume, that you have this, you completed the program, even though it's non-credit. So that's a general overview of the different types of program. And then next, I want to go into the benefits of attending a summer program in the United States. So some of the benefits, including getting to know a specific university, or just like US academics in general. And, let's say if you're thinking about getting a bachelor degree in the United States, and that is a commitment once you're enrolled into a college, admitted to a university. So in the process, you may want to just try it out, right? Because it's really important about finding the right fit. As you learn more about US education, it is not all about rankings. There's so much more to it, and it's really what we kept stressing is finding a right fit. Is this is the university culture right for you? Is this type of university, whether it's, a public large institution like us, is the, class size, is that something, that you are going to like, or maybe a community college may be a better fit, or so just different types of institutions. There's so much to offer in the United States, and so you might just want to get a taste of what they are really like before you commit. So taking a summer program does really give you that opportunity to get a sense, to really have that hands-on experience, to immerse yourself. And also, I would say the second benefit is that you're, by attending a summer program, you're demonstrating your interest in the field, or that college, or studying in the US. Like, it's just not a thought or a wish. Like, I am taking actions to say that I am interested and I want to be there. So that is the second benefit. And then third is just, as I mentioned, you want to, if you're thinking about pursuing a degree here, you want to immerse yourself in the US learning environment. It's a great chance to improve your English and really get an understanding of what US academic life is like. So it's more, you want to make sure you like it, or you want to make sure that you're ready for the challenge, for the change. And so by attending a summer program, that gives you the opportunity.
So Monique, for Czech students, if they apply for one of your summer programs, do you think that it will be like beneficial, or is there any advantage for them if they decide to apply later to University of Wisconsin-Madison?
That's a good question. We get that a lot. I would say it shows your commitment, but it doesn't, it is not a pathway program. Mm-hmm. So it's not that you get credit by attending our university. So you get these like credit points to get like preferential treatment in the admission process. But the way to look at it is you do demonstrate a commitment that you want to be here. So if you do attend our pre-college programs, or just any type of our programs, just make sure you kind of mention that in your applications and see how that goes.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, that's a good question. So next I want to go into kind of the things to consider when choosing a summer program. So first of all, the eligibility. We have different type of many programs that are offered in the United States, but you just want to make sure that these programs are available for international students to participate, and whether it's a pre-college program or for a college age program. So eligibility on that. And then also dates and duration. Does it overlap with your school calendar? Making sure that it works well with your summer schedule. And then also another thing to consider is the acceptance rate. Maybe there are some programs that their acceptance rate are a little bit lower. So it's always good to know these information, so you're not putting all your eggs in just one basket. If you're committed to applying for summer programs, you can always reach out to ask like, what is the acceptance rate? Because if it tends to be lower, or you can always just be prepared that you always have a backup, programs that you want to attend. Also getting information about cost and financial aid. I think financial aid, or just the cost of attending programs in the United States, this is always a very big part of knowledge that you should have when you're thinking about pursuing your study in the United States. And then other things to consider is the focus, your academic major. Maybe if you're a pre-college student, you might not know that at this point, but it is totally fine. There's different types of program that you can try out. It's a summer program, it tends to be shorter. There's also different programs that pre-college programs are designed to have you explore these opportunities. So think about that. And then personal fit, as I talked about, just really know what you like and who you are, and then find a university that you can identify with. If you solely just focus on rankings, you're missing out a lot. So just another reminder. Also get clarity on making sure what the format is for the program. Now we have virtual programs. Some programs might be hybrid, some program might be in person. Knowing that as an international student is also very important, because if you're attending in-person program, there are some, you want to know more about the visa, the process, making sure that, you're maintaining your status. So just knowing that format is important. And then I think personally, what I like to do is, I think if I were a student and I'm finding a summer program, this is just for me, myself, is I would like to ask the question of how long this program has existed. If this program has been on for, 3 to 5 years, like, it's like, oh, it's established. People have put, the faculties and staff has put a lot of experience and thought to this program, then I might feel good about it, or, so that's a personal question that I like to ask.
I also have a question, because being in the Czech Republic and thinking about like what to do in the summer and considering summer programs, I would definitely love to go there. So I would definitely search for in-person summer programs, because I would like to soak in the atmosphere of the campus, because we don't really have campuses in the Czech Republic. So there will be something that I would really, search for. So my question, if students are looking into this opportunity, is it you who they should contact regarding the visa information and so forth? Are you the ones who are going to help them?
So it depends on what the student decided to go. If they're coming to like our college programs, then I will be the main contact for like the short-term summer study. But if the students are interested in our pre-college program, then Ola will be the person to speak with. And so at the end, we will have our contact information. But yeah, with the programs that we talk about in terms of our programs, we will talk through kind of like what our programs are, and then also if students have any questions, like who to contact too. Yeah.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, so let me go back a little bit. Okay, so I kind of talk through kind of how to choose a summer program. Now we have this kind of mindset or knowledge. The next thing, I think the big question is, where do we search for summer programs in the United States? There's so many. How do we do it? Like, there's so many ways too. So there's 4 ways that I'm gonna, just a very basic 4 ways, but I hope that it kind of give you kind of a head start, or at least a direction, something to start with. So let me, move this. Okay, so the first thing is Google it. Very simple, very basic. So you just want to make sure you have the keywords right? So for example, if I want to do summer programs, and then I'm an international student, so I want to say international students. And then depending on what kind of level you're thinking about, so maybe you're a high school student, you want to look at pre-college program. Type pre-college and see what that brings you to. You can also type high school. So you see, like, and then another trick is, if you want information that is directly from a university, look at the URL over here. If there's an EDU, it's a good chance that it's from an institution. So, I find Badger Pre-College on there. Also, I can see that, U Chicago summer session. So Googling it, you will be able to find some information. Some university name is starting to pop out, but you just want to make sure, even by Googling, you type in all of the keywords. Sometimes if you read the description, they may not be open to pre-college students. That maybe, or for international students, even though you put in the keywords, but this is a good start. So Googling, that's where you can start with. The second is a resource that I want to point you to, which is the EducationUSA Academy. So I think this year we have 7 different hosts that we work with EducationUSA very closely to develop these academy programs. So these programs are designed for high school students, for international high school students. And the main focus is to have students understand the US higher education system. So the educationusaacademy.org. And if you visit this page, you will be able to see different universities or the academies that are hosted by different universities. And also, as you learn more, there are different topics and different dates. So just a resource that you can go to and find if there's any academy programs that speaks to you. The third way to find a pre-college program is, let's say you're very set with one university. You just know that's your dream school. You just want to go there. And so it will make sense that you want to try out the programs there, summer program there. So a way is to visit that university website. I'm going to put UW-Madison here. So if you go to UW-Madison website, so to get here, go to Google and just put UW-Madison. And then you go to this main website. Usually, most likely, most of the institution, they will have a search function somewhere. And then I want to find a high school program. I put pre-college, see what comes up. Okay, so within the university search, I'm able to find that there's a pre-college program. And then I go in and I learn more about it. So this is another way is if you already know some of the institutions you want to go to, then you can also just search within the university website. The last one is a tool that I want to share with everyone. It's called the Summer Study in the USA. So this is a website that includes over 100 North American colleges and universities that offers short-term summer programs for like a wide range of learners from pre-college to graduate students. So this tool allows you to kind of conduct a detailed search. And this includes like grade level, academic area, whether you want a credit or non-credit. And so this is a place that you can consider, a tool that you can consider utilizing. So for example, I am gonna put, from here, the search engine ranges from 6 to 12, but I'm just gonna go in general, let's say 12, grade 12. So high school, I don't have preference on the area. I am also not sure whether I want to take a credit or non-credit. So I just put no preference and then I click find out more. So what you will see here is the list of universities that are offering programs. And you can always just put more details and then just to learn more. For example, I see Temple Summer Academy. That links to a academy page. And then you can also refine your search. For example, you will get to put the length of the program, region. Do you want to be in the Midwest? Do you want to be in, the South, the West, or in the New England area? You can even put the states that you want to go to, housing options. And then here, there's an international option, as I mentioned about visa. So you wanted to know what the program type is and then what visa it is required. So this option, this search, you are able to refine that also. So just a really helpful tool. I'm going to put it in the chat later, but it's something that if you're thinking about a summer program, I think these are a way to find it. And I hope that that's a good start. But then, you know, after you're researching and then you have like, you're still unsure and you still have questions, you can always contact the program contact directly. They may be able to answer you. And also check in with your Education USA advisors too. They will help you navigate it. So those are the way of searching for a summer program. Okay. So yeah, after kind of talking through how to search for a summer program, I kind of want to talk about our university, giving like a very short description of our university and also the program that we offer. And hopefully that we will be able to see you this summer if, you know, if you're considering UW-Madison. So the first thing is the University of Wisconsin-Madison is located in the state of Wisconsin. As you can see in the US map, we are you know, located at the upper right of the screen. And then we are around 2.5 hours away driving from Chicago. Wisconsin is one of the nation's leading dairy producer and is known as the America's dairy land. So we are very famous for cheese and other milk products. So not just cheese, but my personal favorite is ice cream. So downtown Madison is located on an isthmus. So isthmus means that we are located in between two lakes. And it takes about 20-minute walk to get from one side to the other side. And we are one of the 2 major US cities that are located built on the isthmus. The other one is Seattle, Washington. So it's a really unique city. So just want to go over a little bit of, you know, UW-Madison, the things to do at in Madison. So we are talking a lot about summer, and one of the favorite things that I like to do in the summer is going to the farmer's market. Also because our local farmer's market is one of the best very biased in the States. And so it's just like centered around the Capitol Square every Saturday in the summer. And it's just really beautiful. And you get to talk to the farmers about their produce and then learn about, you know, the history and just taste like, get to have like a lot of like very delicious food, such as very famous spicy cheese bread. And we have very squeaky cheese curd too. And also being at the terrace, this is this is one of the nice thing about UW-Madison is just the weather is beautiful. It's nice just spending time by the lake with your friend or studying there. It is one of the things that I like to do. Our students like to do as well. So a little bit about the numbers of UW-Madison. So we are a public land grant institution and we were established in 1848. We are a large public institution. We have an enrollment just over 45,000 students. And we are the flagship campus of University of Wisconsin. Our students here at UW come from all 50 states in the United States and also from 130 different countries across the globe. So we are a diverse group. We are a diverse university from, you know, students from all over the place. So here are just some numbers, some rankings about our institutions. And I just want to point out, you know, this one is something I like the most. It's just voted the best place to live in the United States from livability. And to me, like if I want to go to an institution, I think finding a good place to live is very, very important. Sometimes it is more important than, you know, the university ranking for what I personally think. But here are some 3 other rankings that I introduced, I put on here just for your reference. Yeah. So going into the Visiting International Student Program, which is a program for undergrad and graduate students who are interested in short-term credit or non-credit study at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. So we provide the VIS staff, we provide personalized advising as well as a variety of cultural and social events to help students feel welcome on campus. Students can come during the academic year, come for a semester, or consider coming for a summer. So that will be taking credit courses in 4 weeks or 6 weeks or 8 weeks. And then for non-credit, it is about a bit shorter. It's typically between 2 to 6 weeks. So you can consider, if you're a graduate, undergraduate, or graduate students studying in Czechia right now, but you want to come to our campus just during the summer break, you can consider taking credit courses with us in the summer term. It is not a degree program, but this student, you earn official UW Madison academic credit for the class that you take, and you also receive a transcript. You have all of the access that, to the same resources as our degree-seeking students. That means utilizing the library resource, the sports and computer facilities, and also just have full access to all student support services on campus. And as I mentioned, receive an official transcript. And then at the end, once you concluded the program, you are an official UW-Madison alumni, and then you're able to, join the Worldwide Badger family. So just listing it here for our popular sessions for this summer, we have the 8-week session and then the 2 4-week session. If you are considered coming, I would say the June session may be a little bit late just for visa purposes. So you can still consider applying for the 4-week session. And you can scan the QR code. We do have a list of courses that are listed on there, but just generally subjects include, as listed on here, Asian language and cultures, community and environmental sociology, environmental studies, and so on and so forth. But all of the courses are listed on our course preview. You can take a look. I'm just gonna go really quick on the admission requirement, but we ask our students to complete at least 1 semester of college or university university study at their home institution. And then if you're undergraduate students, we ask that you have a GPA, a 3.0 on the 4.0 scale. And then for undergraduate and graduate students, your English requirement is as follows. And
I'm so sorry to interrupt. It's just in the Czech Republic, students don't usually have GPA. So is there something that we can submit or our students can submit instead of GPA, because we don't use this kind of scale?
So usually what you can do is, so for our program specifically, I think that's a good question that I'm not sure, but I'll check with our advisors to see. Because there are other scale system that is not this, but there's another calculation system, as long as it can be
translated, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I think the properly translating whatever high school transcript you have or grade report for that year, or preferably for several years, would be the best policy. I think if you submit the documents with a note that this is, the system we use, and you provide maybe several years of that record translated properly in English, people will be able to calculate in their head or interpret in their head. But I had to deal with it as well when I was a student, and you just kind of have to approximate usually, but it's also nice to ask. But I do know that if you submit a document or additional documentation, anything that shows kind of the how it's done in the country is, if people will have questions, they will come back to you and ask additional questions.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And then for the English requirement for undergrad and graduate, just want to point out, these are the different format of English proficiency test result that we accept, but also we also accept, you know, the online test, Duolingo English test, and also ITAP, academic. Here are just a chart of cost of attendance for undergraduate students. If you're a graduate student, it's different just because this is based on the minimum of credits you have to take to maintain status. And so for graduate students, there's a different kind of requirement. So then that looks a little different. But today, as I'm speaking to you, I think most of your students are maybe pre-college students or undergraduate students. So this is what I'm listed in here. But for a 4-week session, that means taking 3 credits. And then also we're estimating your living expense here. That means that, you know, for your food, your dorm, your housing, all that expense, and then just showing the estimated cost for coming for a 4-week session. So that is taking credit. I do want to mention that we also have 2 non-credit programs. One is called the Global Environmental Perspective. And this program is non-credit, it is in person. And as you can see, the program cost is close to $4,000, but this includes like round trip airport transportation once you land in the United States, including room, meals, and classes, workshops, and all that. And the reason I mention this is because, as you can see, taking credit courses might be, you know, a little bit more on the expensive side. But then just keeping in mind that sometimes you can also consider non-credit options, because there might be a little bit of flexibility in terms of the program costs. Global Environmental Perspective, this program, you get to explore issues of environmental policy, you know, sustainable forestry, agriculture, and food security. You'll be able to gain knowledge and current trends and research as you network with faculty and staff and students at UW-Madison. And I think one that is really cool about this program is that there is a 2-day camping trip to the Menominee Nations, to the reservations, 2 days. Just to learn about sustainable practice. So it's a really cool program that if you are considering a non-credit program this summer, you can consider. And then the other one is a non-credit program as well, but it's a virtual program on data analytics. It is also a 3-week program, and you learn about topics and data analytics by our faculty and teaching staff. You'll participate workshops applicable to any major under the theme of data science and its impact on society. Also, this program has an English component, so you will engage in English courses and refine your skills and build confidence through the final presentations, debate, and discussions. So if you're thinking about a non-credit courses program this summer that is virtual, you can consider this as well. And I'm gonna hand it off to Ola to talk about the pre-college program, the program opportunity for high school students.
you. Thank you, Monique. Yes, so my name is Ola, and as Monique mentioned, I'm Associate Director of Academics and Development at Badger Pre-College. Badger Pre-College at the University of Wisconsin-Madison is an umbrella unit. Badger is our mascot, Badger. It's, like as an animal. And so we are very proud of the university and of that kind of identity, and that's the name. And so we have a lot of different options for high school students. The program spans for students who are in grade 9, 10, 12, 11, and 12. So it's all of these programs are accepting the kind of multi-age groups, and they have tons and tons of different topics within each of them. The programs, the way you can find about us is to go to precollege.wisc.edu, which is the yellow line at the bottom of the screen. Kind of that's our website to learn about dozens and dozens of classes that we have available. Some of them are virtual and some of them on campus. EducationUSA this summer is online only, but we are considering that in an upcoming summers, we will also be offering EducationUSA in the in-person format. So just kind of keep in mind and check out, we will start establishing more kind of updating the plans in the fall of this year. And kind of those updates will be there. But for this summer, most of our applications are still open, and they're open for the residential programs for Badger Summer Scholars and Accelerated Learning Program. They're open through May 15th, which is approaching really fast. The visas that you would need to come to the programs are J1. No, sorry, not J1. It's B1, B2, which is kind of just the tourist business visa. And the programs around on campus, actually behind me, I don't know if you see, this is part of campus and in the lake. And so the dorm that people will live will be this one. So it's the Job, it's kind of the new building, the one that's kind of big. My finger disappears as I point, I'm so sorry. But the big building is actually also a dorm, but that's kind of where people eat. Like that has a really, really nice facility for eating. And then next to it, it's a lot of beautiful fields, fire pits, fields for playing tennis and other stuff, and just kind of gorgeous pathway all the way down to what the background of Monique is, which is kind of the terrace area where people just chill. So it's a gorgeous place, beautiful campus, very serene, I would say, just because it's kind of covered in lots of greenery. So the Badger Summer Scholars is the first program that's on campus that will have 2 sessions. Both of them are 2 weeks. And so again, different topics apply to different things. Like, there are topics like neuroscience, there are topics like, I don't know, different things that kind of go to the debates, or maybe it's things like atmospheric science or neuroscience, or, kind of, we also have the in-person kind of thing. STEM is one of the classes that will be offered on campus. And accelerated learning program, it's a 3-week program. It's the most intense program that we have. It's accelerated pace. So it's for those who really want kind of college level material, high pace, in-depth content. People, kind of commit to like 3-week study of one topic. Again, you can explore and figure out more details on the program website. We have a lot of international students coming this year for Accelerated Learning Program from different partnerships. And kind of a lot of things are developed with international students in mind for those experiences. And it's also a very great cultural exchange. Kids who come to campus, they come from all over US and different countries, people who would never have a chance to meet there. Badger per College Online will offer a few courses. One of them is actually class on blockchain technologies and cryptocurrencies, which I want to take just because it's a cool topic to know about. And the other one is business ethics. And I believe we have another slide to talk more about EducationUSA, obviously, and tell you a little more details about that. So EducationUSA Academy connects the STEM exploration. So STEM exploration is the topic for our session. And it's like I said, it's an online program. You don't necessarily need any specific English prerequisites to apply, but you do have to take a pre-assessment that is part of the application process to understand, to just do your own estimate of how much English do you need to know to be comfortable. So it's in your hands, basically. And that determination, if you decide for yourself that this is, like I think I can function with within the parameters we described, then you're in. And so duration is 5 weeks, but people need, again, this is our time, 5 to 6:30 p.m. On Tuesdays and Thursdays. I believe that this is plus 7 hours or something like that.
I think so. This would be very late at night in our time.
Yeah, so this will be quite an adventure for you guys, but hey, some best ideas come from
it's like night
it's
school.
My best working time, to be honest. This is when my family is asleep and I can do anything I want in terms of my project. So again, for high schoolers, will not be surprised. It's in the middle of the summer. You can sleep in the next day, maybe, potentially. Application deadline for the program is June 15th. And it's you do have to commit to be there, just because the best pieces will happen during those synchronous times when you all chime in and interact with the rest of the groups. But there will be also a lot of components in online format and access to a lot of different resources, things you can preview and kind of also do within this space, within the online space. The topic STEM exploration is meant to be for students who are interested in applying for one of the majors that involve science, right? Technology, engineering, math, but maybe you don't quite know yet what exactly you want, or maybe you want something that you don't even know that exists. We have, when you remind me, I believe 100 plus majors on campus. It's like 117, 114, something incredible like that to choose from. And a lot of them actually land more on that. A lot of the chunk is actually within the STEM. So there's a lot of variety within STEM careers and majors. Even if you take engineering, you can get lost within the branches of engineering, and they are very different. But also a lot of times people also need to understand kind of the pathway to what majors to choose, how, like, just kind of understanding where to find that information, how to survey, how to consider, how to do a kind of assessment of where you fit. So we will do a little bit of that different surveys and things like that to understand your interests, kind of values, to land you in certain things. But also sometimes it's okay not to know what you want to be and be kind of undecided and apply kind of in general, but not for all the schools. So figuring out that map of how the application to US university looks like based on what kind of things you want to study and what to do if you don't know yet, is that okay or not? So again, we will be talking about from the standpoint of UW Madison and the things that kind of are represented within our campus, but we will also venture out of it. And we will also give you opportunities to have virtual visits of other colleges, consider different things that Monique was talking about, was like what's important for me, venture a little bit into that. We will also think through, because, you know, having a major and graduating in college, it's not the same as building a career, right? And it's not the same as kind of like your job. Job, career versus major are concepts that are interrelated, but they're not the same. And so we will be inviting different experts from the UW Madison that are working now in different fields, talking about their current kind of what they do, sharing a little bit of research, but also those visitors will help you understand that kind of connection for the career pathways, right? And like what kind of do, like once you have this knowledge, what kind of career pathways are available? Because within the STEM, you can stay within academics, you can go to industry, you can go open business and stuff like that. So there are different versions, obviously, of the future available for people. And so again, understanding that and building that map within your brain would probably be the best outcome that we're hoping to get within this class. And we just promise that it will be very diverse and very kind of tailored in terms of you will be able to reflect it back to what you need to get out of it. And I also would like to mention that we will also have people coming from admissions, we will have sessions that kind of will help international students to understand things that they need to know in terms of what to know about studying in United States. So that will be present too. I believe we're running out of time, so I'll stop talking. My information is here too, and the email and the information of how to get more information. I will briefly mention also that there will be also another session of this in late July, beginning August. So once you go to the website and find EducationUSA Connect, you will also find that it's the same course and it will kind of be offered as a second session. So.
Perfect. Thank you, Ola. Thank you, Monique, a lot. I heard a noise. Was it a cat or was it a fire truck?
I'm not sure, but something passed my house and trying to get attention, so I apologize for that.
No problem. So if we can skip to that, like another slide, which just shows what we talked about. There are other summer sessions that you can research, and Monique showed you how to go for it, either using Google or using the summer study in the USA website, which was really useful. I just pointed out some of them, and as you can see, many universities and colleges have their summer programs. So as Monique mentioned, if you have your heart set on a specific university, research them specifically. Otherwise, you can just Google them. And if you are interested, you can then just send us an email and I'll be happy to navigate you towards them. And let me just wrap up this amazing session with University of Wisconsin-Madison. Thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing what you have to offer, because this was amazing. And I hope that Czech students will consider this opportunity, because the deadlines are still coming up. So you still have opportunity to apply and just spend your summer meaningfully, and so that you have something to put into your CV, your extracurricular and so forth. So this is a nice way how to start building your path to studying in the United States. All right, so let's switch to that last slide on the presentation. Thank you again for your attention. Here is my email address. You saw Monique's and Ola's. And if you guys have any questions, you can post them underneath the live stream, or you can send them directly to our email addresses. So would you like to add something to, or let me just stop the sharing? Is it okay? Great. So thank you again, and we'll see you soon on some other live stream.